to a lot of, they just had an AI convention here about 3 weeks ago, and I'm always kind of, a robotics convention, so I was talking to all these programmers. And I was asking them about this, aren't you actually making something that's going to wind up putting us out of our jobs and perhaps kill us in the future? And all of them looked at me and went, yeah. It's like I wanted to hit them. I said, what the hell are you doing that for? But, they sort of do these things without even thinking about it. Hi, ladies.
Hi. Gotta get this one for Dad.
Good. If you'd like to leave anything in my bulletproof... Oh, God bless you. Here's a get-out-of-jail-free card from Hillary Clinton for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so, I mean, what I'm concerned about is things like, when Kissinger was asked, what are we going to do with all the out-of-work people? And he called them the useless food eaters. He says, well, the useless food eaters will be eliminated. They're going to be eliminated. And so I'm looking at it, the only reason that the elites have ever kept us around this long to begin with is because they needed slave labor.
Right.
And in the past, whenever they didn't need us, what did they do? They'd starve us to death or start wars and kill us, and, to eliminate the excess population that was out of work. Well, now that we're actually, going headlong into it, who's making the plans? I mean, what are we going to do? Just be marched into the FEMA camps, given the poison vaccines, fed the GMO food, and die? So, do we fight against this? I would hope so.
You don't have to get vaccinated if you don't want to.
A lot of schools now, of course, are trying to make it mandatory. I mean, you can get out of it if you want, but they make it a hassle.
Is it mandatory?
Yeah. So, I mean, kids today, when you're born, there's a god-awful amount of needles they stick in you that shouldn't even be done. I've talked to nurses out here who watch babies die in the crib from the vaccines they got before they left the hospital. I mean, shooting something into your bloodstream and having it mandated by the government seems to me the worst part of totalitarianism. Your body is sacrament. Whatever you put into it, you should have a say in. I'm just as pissed the fact that, the government tells us what we can and cannot put into our body is what they force us to put into it. I don't want fluoride in my damn water.
Let me ask you about a question about how you feel about the Trump porn star scandal.
The what?
Trump and the porn star stuff. How do you feel about that? You know about giving him?
Who gives a fuck? Seriously, are you going to give me are you going to virtual signal me after Harvey Weinstein, after the rapes this woman committed, after Anthony Weiner and the sex bullshit that's coming out of there? Don't even go there with virtual signaling with that.
What kind of consequences has he suffered?
Well, that's it. We're looking at it. He was supposed to be brought up on rape charges. I haven't seen them yet.
Well, has it hurt him financially, though?
He's in the federal pen right now.
Yeah, but he should be for a lot more. From the things I've talked to about the New York police, that the things that were on his laptop.
He's in jail for that now.
No, there's a lot more on there. There was a policy on there called the insurance policy. Believe me, that wasn't Mutual of Omaha. What that had on there, and this is why they're starting to leak it out. I'm going to figure. I just read something a couple of days ago about this, because when it first came out, this initially went to the pedophile, the task force ring in New York. So when they got this laptop, they were shocked. They were going, holy crap. And of course, then the feds came in and took it from them. But the New York police said, if you don't do something about this, we're going to start leaking out what's on that thing, because we're keeping copies of it.
The new NYPD?
Yeah, the pedophile task force ring for them. Yeah. So, because that's when it was a crime that was initiated there, so they're the ones that originally had full, but then the feds come in like they always do and, took everything, and now they've been hiding it. So, but the New York Police Department says we're going to start leaking stuff out if you don't start prosecuting people for what we found on that laptop. And now what they've leaked out that was on that laptop was the child sex ring that this woman was perpetrating out of Haiti that they use to blackmail politicians and journalists with.
You really believe she was affiliated with the child sex ring?
I'm absolutely positive she is, yes. I'm absolutely positive she is.
Really?
Absolutely. Her closest associates in Haiti were convicted, caught red-handed with sex trafficking. So the closest associates in Haiti that were attached to her, I've talked to Haitians out here that hate her guts.
So by association is what you're saying?
90... No, I'm saying that what's on, what was funneled, this is all funneled through, went through the Clinton Foundation. So it's a directly tied to her through the Clinton Foundation. But the powers that be, I mean, the deep state or shadow government, as it were, have always used child sex trafficking as a way to entrap,
What did he say?
Yeah. They always use it as a way to entrap and blackmail politicians, journalists, or any activists that might be working against them. I mean, you could be, let's say you're an up-and-coming journalist. You're trying to tell the truth.
I'm not a child pornographer. I'm not into child porn. Well, I mean, they couldn't trap me with that because I ain't into kitty shit.
Well, let me give you an example. Okay. Let's, for instance, let's say you're a up-and-coming journalist. You're really telling the truth. You're out there doing the job. And you're out drinking one night. Some beautiful woman comes up to you and says, man, I'm really a big fan of yours, you know, plop, plop. Next thing you know, you wake up in an alley next to two Barbie dolls, naked, and they got pictures of you doing that. From now on out, they own you. Look at the Franklin cover-up. The Franklin cover-up out of Nebraska happened during the first Bush administration.
How do you feel about that administration? They shitty.
Oh, I hate them. I think the CIA, having a CIA operative as president, get the hell out of here. No, he was rotten from the core. He was rotten.
He just nominated a CIA operative to head the CIA.
You just talked to me about guilt by association. You can't. So I talked to a federal agent, 25 years in the Inspector General's office out here the other day.
Right.
Yesterday, I spoke to the chief, the chief bureau agent, the guy, the big at the top of the chain on the Coast Guard. Gave me a 10-minute interview out here. So not everybody in the system is rotten. If it was, we'd really be in a lot of trouble.
Right.
But the rotten players that are in there play the system. They use the child sex pornography rings. Now, the Franklin cover-up, there was a guy named Larry King, not the one on TV, but he was head of the Nebraska Savings and Loan. He was also head of Boys Town. He was also a sadistic pedophile, and he ran a sex child pornography ring going from Boys Town straight to the White House. He had a house in, you can watch this, it's called the Franklin Cover-Up. They were going to air it on the Discovery Channel, but then the powers that be came down and said destroy all copies. Of course, they couldn't, there's copies out there, you can see it.
But you really think Hillary Clinton's part of that? Huh?
Yes, absolutely. There is so much evidence involved in this.
You think he's guilty of collusion?
No. There's no proof of that. 14 months been looking into it.
I got a question.
Sure.
Okay. So how do you feel about him talking to North Korea?
I'd rather be talking to him than throwing insults and bombs at one another.
My question was, when Obama made these same suggestions, they shot him down. Said that he was a fucking idiot for trying to talk to a fucking communist. How'd you feel about it then? Did you change?
No, well, but then at the same time, I'm giving it to you.
Okay.
At the same time, it was the Clintons that capitulated. The reason that they have the nuclear weapons they have is because of that woman right there. And then we can get into the Uranium One deal, where this woman, along with Obama, and along with Mueller, and along with Uppenstein, all of them signed off on the Uranium One deal, which sold 20% of our uranium to to the Russians. Now, why did we do that? What benefit did we get out of selling 20% of our uranium to the Russians? You please answer that to me.
We didn't make them nuclear. They were already nuclear. So selling it to them didn't take their nuclear weapons from them. So it's really a mute point, right?
No.
I mean, it's really a mute point because it would be different if they didn't have
because the guy that's testifying before Congress as we speak was an undercover agent for 3.5 years during that time. He has testified before Congress. He has 3 years of evidence against this woman and against the Obama administration where they took direct payments from Russia. The Clinton administration, and this is not in dispute.
She's never had an administration.
The Clinton Foundation benefited by $145 million from the Russians directly into the Clinton coffers from the Uranium One deal. This is in the works. This is being investigated.
Is that illegal?
Well, the Rosenbergs were executed for less. The Rosenbergs were executed for a lot less. At the time, this guy testified that the Russians were trying to corner the uranium market in the world. Now, with that knowledge, and we're short of uranium, we bring it in. So why would we sell it to someone else, let alone the Russians?
But you realize we got a shitload of uranium in New Mexico and Arizona.
Again, you cannot answer me why we would sell our uranium to Russia for what benefit do we have?
Now let me go back to my science background. You realize that Arizona and New Mexico, we're sitting on a shitload of uranium.
I don't give a shit.
No,
it doesn't answer my question.
You said there was a shortage though.
Yes, and that's what I've been led to believe. Yes, from the people I've spoken to, the experts I've spoken to out here.
What makes the experts that you say viable, but the ones that we say...
You're still not answering my question. Why would we sell our uranium to anyone, let alone Russia? And how does American people benefit from that? Answer me how we benefited from that sale.
How do we benefit from the sale of...
You're not answering my question. You're going to answer my question with a question. You're not answering my question. How did we benefit? How did the American people benefit?
Doesn't make me not give
apparently, because I'm not getting an answer from you. All I'm getting is like circular bullshit from this
liberal. If you would shut the fuck up for a minute, I'd give you a goddamn answer. Okay, now the sale of uranium, we got cash back for that, right?
No, well, I don't know.
For a benefit, cash back.
She got $145 million.
So who sold it? Who owned it? Who owned the uranium?
Uranium One deal. Look it up.
Who owned it?
We did. The United States owned it. We sold our reserve, 20% of our uranium reserves, to the Russians under the Uranium One deal.
Right.
And these guys were under the Uranium One company. Under the time was under investigation and guilty. Were convicted of coercion and bribery at the time. That this woman and Obama signed off on it.
We didn't own it. A company. Uranium One is an actual company.
Yes.
So the company that owned the product sold the product to a customer.
With her, okay. This is a national security issue. You could not sell it without having 9 agencies sign off on it.
And apparently they did, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it was legal.
If you want to consider...
there was nothing illegal. It's pissing you off, but fuck, it was legal.
If Al Capone heads the government, and whatever he does is okay. So whatever he does, whatever Al Capone does, because he's heading the government, that makes it legal. That's your reasoning? That's your reasoning.
That's the fucking logic you're getting behind this dipshit right now.
What did he do? When did he sell uranium to the Russians?
This motherfucker is the worst fucking president. He's been there for a year and a half.
What did he do? What did he do? He gave us tax cuts? How much black unemployment is the lowest in history?
Why the fuck is that a category? When the fuck did black unemployment?
When you ask what he did, I'm telling you what he did. Black unemployment is the lowest in history.
Hold on, you think
he gave us tax cuts.
You think he fucking fixed that in a year and a half? We're actually talking peace in North Korea.
Yeah, he fixed that in a year and a half.
Yeah, well, sure. Oh, no, I understand. 8 years of Obama, it went flat, but all of a sudden it's gone up. Now it's Obama's thing.
Really?
Yeah, all right. I believe that bullshit.
But I'm going to tell you something, and this is not an exaggeration. How old are you?
Old enough.
Okay, so you didn't get this fucking stupid today. You worked on this shit for decades. And hold on,
I'll tell you what.
And you're gonna
from now on out, we got money. I'm gonna put up 10-to-1 odds. That's how much confidence I got.
In what?
And I'm gonna beat you and show you to be the moron you are. Come on. We're going to let this be the judge. We're going to have a conversation. Then we're going to look it up. And then
look it up on what? What's the category?
Well, anything we say. If I'm saying something that you think is off base, we're going to look it up, and I'm going to take your money. Come on. Come on, put your money. No, I want to hear another thing. I see somebody.
Hold the fuck up, man.
10 to 1 odds. Here's my $10. Come on.
So what? On what?
On what category?
I don't want to hear it.
So, because see, I can twist anything on that goddamn computer. What you're saying is that black unemployment today is a direct result of him and nothing to do with the fucking 8 years of the administration before him. Just fuck that shit altogether. You're out of your fucking mind. Take that 10 and buy some toilet paper.
Yeah, see, bullshit. Another bullshit walk you got here. Another bullshit walking. Put your money where your mouth is, but I see bullshit walking. I see bullshit walking is all I see. Pile of bullshit walking.